now we're going to learn how to filter. And filtering is useful because let's say we have a city here and we return all the cities. Later on we might have 200-300 cities, so of course we want to filter just to return certain ones. So we can let's do this with so here's a regular filter with all the people and showing their names and the places visited. There's no filtering going on here. And so the way that we do filters after the select is done, just say filter, and what do we want to do? Well, for here we're going to say, okay, we only want person objects to show up if they have the name Emile Sinclair, and I forgot the equals, there we go. And so that shows us, so there's a single person that shows up instead of a whole bunch now. So this filter.name is basically saying filter person.name. So you could actually write filter person.name if you want, but there's no real reason to. So there we go, we can do that. Another way is, sometimes we don't know the exact, what the exact name is. So what we can use is like and I like. And like is, it's kind of like part of a string matching on part of a string, and this is case sensitive, whereas I like is insensitive. So capital and lowercase doesn't matter in that case. So you can see, yeah, if we're using like and we're matching on B streets, then this lowercase b will not match. Whereas if we're using I like, then all of these are going to match on B streets. And then inside here you also use this percentage sign a lot, which means anything before or after is going to match. So we can say select city, let's just say name, and then filter name, so let's say I like, and then Beaster, like that. Let's just make this a bit bigger. So we can say, oh, I forgot to delete this, or no, we haven't gotten around to deleting the second B streets yet. So you can see, so this is matching because it's a capital B. So we can just like play around with this a little bit. So this is also going to work. Anything with a ISTR inside, and anything to the left and anything to the right. Whereas if we change this to a lowercase b, then this is saying match on anything that starts with a B and then starts with a BISTR, lowercase, and then anything else. But because B street starts with a capital B, that's not going to work. And so you can see all of these other examples here. We don't need to go through all of them, but these are some good examples. So like this N space H is going to match if you use I like, because H is a lowercase here, but it's an uppercase in the actual string. So yeah, let's get all the, well, we probably don't need to do this one here, filter name like B. So this will show you all of the cities that start with a capital B. So there's that. Yeah, and then there's also indexing. So this can be useful when selecting cities. And indexing is pretty much the same as most other programming languages. You use the square brackets to index, and indexes start at 0. So if you have the string Jonathan, this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So Jonathan 0 will be a J, and we can see that. So if we say Jonathan 0, this is going to give us a J. If you make it too long, then it's going to say, hey, this is out of bounds. The string is not that long. And so we can use this in a filter as well. So select city, display the name, the modern name, and then filter. So this is another way to say, show us all the cities that start with B. So it'll look at the first index. But it's, you want to be a little bit careful with this, because if you have a whole bunch of cities and you don't know, some of the names are not going to be as long as others, and if you're filtering and saying, hey, what's going, check if the index number 18 is B, then the whole query is not going to work, because it's going to find a string that's not as long as this and just say, I don't know what to do with this. So watch out for that. And then another thing is, let's say we have a city and it has no name, and so we give it this this blank screen, or this blank string. Now the queries are not going to work. The one filtering with a name 0 equals B, because there's a city in there with a string that's empty, so it doesn't even have an index 0, so it doesn't know what to do. So what you want to do in this case is I like is a bit better, because this is not going to fail. So let's just copy this in there. So select city, filter name, I like B, starting with B. So this is still going to work even though we have a city with an empty name. So I like is indexing, raw indexing. You want to be a little bit careful with that, as we just saw. And then there's also slicing, which is another way to do it, and we'll look at slicing in the next video after I get a drink of water.